Hey y'all, let me show you how to make $2,500 a week on Tesla, even if you've never traded the stock market a day in your life. All right, y'all, listen up. This is Tesla right here. This was Friday right here. This was today. All right. Even if you've never traded the stock market, I want to show you two things that you want to look for in yesterday's price. This is yesterday's price right here. You want to find that low down here and you want to mark that low off. Okay. This is our low. You want to find the high of the day up here. Here's our high of the day. All right. Extend that thing to the left. All right, so we got our low of the day yesterday, or Friday actually, and then we have our high of the day on Tesla. All right, so this is going to be an area of support. That is where the buyers are coming in at. And this is going to be an area of resistance. That is where the sellers are going to come in at. All right, so Tesla, Friday. All right, all we need is the low and we need the high. All right, so today when Tesla is opening up, all you got to do is wait for Tesla to come into the high or the low and see how the price is reacting to that high or low. All right, so for today, this is the very first candle. This is the second candle, third candle, fourth candle. We're breaking through Friday's low right here. We're retesting Friday's low. We're retesting Friday's low again right here. And that is going to be our entry. This is where we're going to buy Tesla. And if we're wrong about direction, this is where you're going to exit. All right. So if you buy Tesla right here, if you exit here because you're wrong, because the price didn't continue to the upside, then you'll lose just a little bit of money. But what if you stayed in the entire day? Watch out how Tesla is always responding to previous day high and low, right? So this is the low of Friday, and look at how the market reacted to the low. All right. And so if the market would have gone up to this low here and started showing signs of reversal to the downside, then we would have had a move to the downside, right? We would have been able to sell that market here and buy it back at a lower price. But since we were able to break that low, and we're bouncing off of that low, then we're just going to go ahead and take that price to the upside. So we're going to buy low and then we're going to sell back higher for a profit. Buy low, sell high, right? And we only bought right here because a lot of people bought right here yesterday. That's it. Only reason, y'all. You don't got to learn what these companies do. You don't got to learn, what their balance sheets look like. You don't got to learn any of that. You don't got to watch nobody's news. I haven't watched the news in like 5 years. That's all bullshit. You got to learn you. You got to, be able to control yourself, as you're in this market and you have access to tons of money that you never had access to before. Really, that's the only thing you got to learn. All right. So that was today, right? You could have made that money just because of what happened Friday, right? So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And we're going to look at the day before. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and point out that high over here. This is the high of that day right here. This is the low of that day right here. All right, y'all. So every day is not a trading day. The fact that we're in the middle right here, we are not going to trade this day. All right. This is how you preserve your capital in this market. If we're not playing at these highs or lows, then why are you even in here? Right. You don't know what this thing is doing. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't doing nothing. All right. And so be careful with days like this. With Tesla, you only want to play off of the high and you want to play off of the low. All right. We come down to this low right here. You take that market up. We come up to this high right here and we show signs of reversal back to the downside. You take that market down. All right. Days like this where we're in the middle, you don't play with it at all. Go find something else to trade. All right. And remove that. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And let's go to the day before. All right. And so again, we're going to look for that high. This is the high of this day right here. Bam, our high, and this is our low right here. That's all we need. And this is why I say, if you graduated kindergarten, you should be able to do this shit. It ain't that hard for real. Notice how the market the next day opened up under this low right here with a bearish candle, with a white candle. This is your entry to the downside. You can sell right there. You stop right here just in case you're wrong, right? Because sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes this thing is going to turn around on you. More often than not, you're going to be right, right? So you want to sell high up here and then you can buy low down here. All right, buy that back at a low price. All right. Just based off of the fact that the previous day a low is right here. We opened up, we almost retested that low right here. So we're free to go ahead and take that thing to the downside. Yeah, it's only two directions. This thing is either going to go up or down. All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of that real quick and let's go to the next day. All right, we got our high all the way up here at the top here, and bam, we got our low down here. Don't overcomplicate this shit. The more you overcomplicate it, the less you're gonna freaking do. All right, so this is our low of the previous day. So all we gotta do is watch that. Going into the next day, which is right here, very first candle happens to be a bearish candle. It is a white candle, which means that market is going down. Right here, we're below this level right here. This candle almost retested that level. You can get in right here 338 all the way down to 327. That is a nice move in the market, all right? And just because we're at that freaking low of the previous day. All right, so don't get it twisted. Don't think you gotta, do all of this extra stuff and figure this out. No, you don't. You really just gotta get it here, find the highs, find the lows, and control yourself. That's it. That's all it requires. Let's look at this day right here. We're gonna go ahead and put that high in right here on Tesla. That is our high right there. This is our low down here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take that out real quick. Remove that. Notice how we're playing right below that low, right? Notice how we're playing though, but we're not really coming down, right? Notice how we're actually going up. So even though we're playing below that low, we're going up like that. Notice how we broke that low right here, or that high right here, right, of the previous day. Now we're bouncing off of that high. This is where you buy, and this is where you sell. That's it, y'all. Stop watching that news. Stop chasing that news. Stop acting all crazy. Yeah, it's not even worth it for real. Same shit right here. Let's look at that previous day right here. And again, I ain't looked at nobody's news. I don't know what the hell Tesla do. I don't. Something about cars. That's our high up here. This is our low right here. Notice that very first day, we're bouncing in the middle, right? It looks like we don't know what we're going to do. Bam, we got to move down, right? Got us to move to the downside. Down here, 339, all the way down to 333, $6 move. Great day. Stop overcomplicating this, y'all. It ain't that hard. It ain't that complicated. All right, see y'all later.